Hey guys, it's Steve from Bloodstained Tears. I'm the drummer, and it's been a while since we've done a studio tour. In fact, we've done a tour, I believe it was the end of last year, when we were still kind of trying to figure out how we wanted to do it here in the studio. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how our gear is set up and kind of what we're doing for practice, but also for setting up to play out, and give you a little inside look into our studio. So check it out. Okay, at first glance, when you come into the studio, you can see our guitarist's amp. This is an amp that I picked up. It is the Blackheart Little Giant, and it is a 3 and 5 watt tube amp. And so this is his main amp that he's playing out of, and obviously we mic it. That's an MXL condenser mic. And so it works really well, and it's got a lot of power and a lot of punch for what we're trying to do. So we also have a couch in our studio. What a studio you need in every studio. We have a recliner inside the studio here, and also by first glance when you come in here, this is my wife Erin's keyboard. She's our lead singer, and so here's her keyboard, and she has a MacBook Pro hooked up to it, which is via MIDI and USB, which allows her to get any sound that she wants into the keyboard from here. Let's take a look at the backside. It's a nice little Proline keyboard stand. Technically that top mount is actually for another keyboard, but it works really good for the MacBook Pro, as you can see, and just a simple music stand. Down there we have a another amplifier, but we're probably going to use it as a drum monitor for me to be back there, so it works really well. Also, we have a PV. That's a 15-inch. I don't know the model off the top of my head, but it does have 15-inch speaker in it, and a horn built into it. We actually have two of them. One's on the other side of the studio, which I'll show you in a little bit. Over here, we have a Harkey 410 bass cab, complete with the same condenser mic from MXL that we're using to mic everything. We have a acoustic head that we're powering that bass amp. It's really kicking loud, so it works really nice. Up here are our Behringer mains, which are the highs and the mids are going to come out of that. It's a little hard to see right now. If you watch one of the earlier videos I did, you can kind of see it really good. You guys can see I've got some padding up on the walls because I've angled ceiling in here. It makes it easy just to put some padding up to keep the noise down, and it deadens the sound for recording. A lot of this is makeshift. I just took some fabric and covered some mattress foam. It's a cheaper way of doing it as opposed to getting real acoustic foam, which would cost so much money to do inside the studio. And it actually works pretty good. Probably not as good as regular acoustic foam, but it works. Here is my Alesis DM10 electronic kit. This is the kit that I do a lot of recording on, and also we practice with, and in studio, so that way everything's not really super loud. And so it's the Pro kit. It's got 2 floor toms, 2 high toms, snare, and then 3 cymbals, a ride, and 2 crashes, and then of course the hi-hats. So it's very nice. Let's take you back here. Here's our plethora of guitars and basses inside here. I'm not going to get them all out, but there's 2 electric guitars there. There's a bass, 5-string bass, 4-string bass, and an acoustic guitar, which I actually have over there by my setup. Here's the subs that we're actually using. These are 18-inch subs. We've got 2 of them, and they are PVs as well. They believe they put out 800 watts, so really powerful. Powered, the amplifier's built in. And so, yeah, it's really cool. Here's our flight case, complete with our Behringer 2442FX Pro USB board, and you can see it's all set up. We have a snake connected to it, which kind of goes right there. So you can see we've got it kind of wired up here. We've also got 2 amps in there. You can kind of see them to power the mains and the monitors. I'm going to see if I can get a close up without opening it up. You can kind of see we've got a Crown and a PV amplifier in there. Very nice rack mountable case. It's like I said, it's a flight case. Very nice. It'd be good to protect our stuff when we go out. So it's really cool. We've got a a Samson wireless mic, which is the one my wife uses as her microphone. There's the receiver down there, so it works really, really good. Again, the board, pretty standard among analog mixers and such. Here is my guitar player's pedals that he uses. He uses the Boss GT8, and then he also uses the Big Muff for his distortion. Runs everything out of here, out of these two pedals, obviously into the black cart. Also, we have up here is my acoustic drum set, which we all play with in-ear bud headphones. So this is my newly refinished acoustic drums. Many of you, if you watched some of the older videos, you remember the drum set was blue. I stripped it all and made it really nice, and I bought some new cymbals for it to kind of complete the package of it. Especially because I didn't want to use my really, really expensive cymbals out playing and risking hurting them or damaging them. They're really expensive, so I really don't want to do that. So this is a Pearl Export series, which they don't make anymore. So, but it's very nice. You can just kind of see my setup. Over here, we do have some stage lights. In fact, I got two sets, and in these cases, they're made by American DJ. And they're LED par lights. There's 4 in each of the bags, and the tripods and stuff are out the door there. So there's the lid to the flight case. We have another 24-channel snake, which is right down there. Some extra XLR cables and quarter inch for when we play out. There's that other monitor I was talking to you about, and just some backdrops and drum cover next to the printer there. So let's take a look over here. Here is our vocal mic booth, if you want to call it that. This is where we record all of our vocals for our albums. We've got the nice foam protection that really deadens the vocals, so it just hits it. And a lot of people are concerned that like there's an echo behind it. It's not too bad. Like if I stand in front of it, you can kind of hear that it really just goes dead. So it's really a good thing for your vocals. We set it in the middle of the room so that the padding absorbs it, so we got an equal tone throughout. There's just some headphones that I have attached to it. It's just a standard microphone boom stand that's connected with a PreSonus condenser microphone, and then just a typical windscreen in front of it. But it works really, really good. PreSonus headphones. Here is the Ovation guitar. This is the one I've been playing and learning and whatnot in our guitar rack. So that's right there. Here's just a MacBook Pro. This is the Studio Pro Tools 10 setup. This is my desk here, where I do a lot of the mixing and everything for our album. Right now, we're thinking about recording the drums with the acoustic kit and just micing them, which I'll show you guys over here, not to jump around, but I've got some drum mics attached to it. They actually do really, really good. I've got an Audix microphone here for the snare. I've got this is my vocal mics. It's a Heil. I believe it's a PR1 or something like that. I don't know off the top of my head. I used to know a lot of this stuff by heart, but I'm also using the ZVT series Zildjian. Very low budget. They don't cost you a lot. You get a lot. They give you a lot, and so I won't be upset if something gets damaged. Because some of my other cymbals that I bought 15 years ago, they're valued, total is probably over a couple $1,000s. These, not so much. So, I mean, they've got good tone for what I want to do. So, playing out work really good. We've got a double bass pedal. A lot of our music requires, double drive. And it's just a PDP double bass kick. So, yeah, that's my set. I've got some extra lumber there with a little pretty nifty sack to keep it in, so it works pretty good. Here's just some other computers that I have up here. The Mac Pro Tower, 8-core machine. I've got some Samson studio monitors. They are the Media 1 4A model, and again, Pro Tools 10. Down here, I have a MIDI controller here, and this is really, really cool because anything that I do here on Pro Tools will affect the board. And so this can do up to 64 channels. So if I just press this, it automatically changes the slider and it starts up channel 9 and so forth. But if I want to go back to channels 1 through 8, it automatically puts my faders right back to where they are currently on Pro Tools. Now this is the Behringer BCF 2000. It's a very, very inexpensive MIDI controller. It's about $200, but compared to some of the thousands of dollar ones, works really, really good. In here, I have my analog mixer, which I use for my web show, as well as a few other things that I have it set up. But eventually, I'd like to move away from the analog mixer altogether and just keep it to MIDI controlled. Over here, we have a DBX compressor. It is a 266XL, which everything out of the analog mixer gets run into that, and then out of that into my Mac Pro Tower. I have the Presonus Fire Studio 10 in, 10 out rack mountable unit there. Also, we have the Audio Box USB. It's got 2 ins, 2 outs. That's what we first started using when we were recording, but when we decided that we may do some drum recording with the mics, we needed something with a lot of inputs, and that's where this comes in. Which, that's FireWire. The one underneath it is USB. So that's just my studio microphone right over there. That it's a Heil PR40 that I use to do the web shows and such. But that's kind of what we have there. And then we use a lot of different effects inside here with Pro Tools, 2 27-inch monitors that we run inside the studio. And then I've also got some foam on the backdrop there with some rail lights, just to kind of give it some nice accent lighting, a clock. And so everything's done usually right here in studio here, what we've been working on. So I'm really, really happy with some of the things that we've been able to accomplish. But this is a nice little look of our studio. And if you have any questions, you leave a comment below. And I just remembered somebody's probably going to ask about the drum mics. They are a CAD series. So if you're interested in that, most of the microphones we use, like I said, we're using a Samson, we're using MXL, and we're also using some Heils. So check it out, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is a video blog, and also follow us on Twitter at @BStainedTears, and also friend us on Facebook at facebook.com/BloodstainedTearsMusic. All this can be found on our website right there, bloodstainedtears.com. Got some new shirts. We're in iTunes and all over the media to where you can get the music you want to pick it up. So check it out. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.